Hey everybody, welcome to another video on Universus Studios. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit something different. This is Barrett, by the way. I know you won't be able to see my face, but today I'm going to be doing some commentary on some friendly UFS games using Tabletop Simulator. On your left we have a Scorpion under Evil, I'm pretty sure, playing against the Life. No, it's definitely Earth Cassandra. And that's being played by my buddy Tyler. So on the left, also Chris Douglas, Omaha, Nebraska, and on the right, playing Cassandra, Tyler Watts, one of my local players playing Cassandra, here in Kansas.
All right.
But yeah, today I think we're gonna be playing some real UFS. I'm gonna be providing some commentary for it. I know you're gonna be able to hear them slightly in the background. I'm not sure if that's a good format yet, but I really wanted to give it a try. Just so sometimes what they're saying, and let's say like some lulls in the moments during the game, it allows to kind of understand what they're trying to talk about. I do have availability for open hands while I'm spectating this game. I will be able to zoom in on cards for people if we wanted to read some effects and whatnot. I'm also acting as judge for them to get their practice in as well. And I know that's a lot of backstory, and I know we kind of jumped right in, but I did tell them that they could start whenever they wanted to. So yeah, they're starting things off pretty slowly. Oof, we ripped it into dead hand for the Scorpion player. So he's going to have to build more foundations, which I'm sure he's okay with since he only built 2 turn 1. So he's going to be playing a face of a monster on a 2. He does play 1 checks in his deck with Coffee Sambas, as we kind of saw. I believe that's actually why he only built 2. Cassandra player is starting off strong, 4 foundations, one of which being refusing to let go, which is going to be incredibly strong for Scorpion. I'll also kind of describe the format as well of why I want to do this commentating. I know a bunch of people listen to content in this, like as they're writing to work, or just listen to things into the background. So I wanted to provide an in-depth commentation for people that can't necessarily look at the screen of the video. So I think this is a really good way to try that, and of course you get to listen to my beautiful, sultry voice. I'm also a little sick, so I do sound a little deeper than normal. So we have the Cassandra player playing Swallow Your Soul on a 4. Checks a 5, so we're good to go there.
I have a response to your thing.
Oh yeah, response. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So we got Chris attempting to respond with Face of a Monster onto the Swallow Your Soul, since it is a 5 low speed attack.
Yeah, Face of a Monster.
Yeah.
He is choosing to lose 1, so he's going to get -2 speed, making it a 3 low right now.
We're at +2 speed.
Okay.
Then Yuri.
Cut myself for 1.
Oh, I gotcha. On play, I see what happened. Okay, so we jumped ahead. The Cassandra player actually checked a 4 for the speed increase on the Swallow Your Soul. So it gave it +4 speed since it has a 4 block mod. But we backtracked a little bit, and the Scorpion player wanted to play Face of a Monster response.
Right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to flip Servant of Ares.
After that, Scorpion player then lost 1 vitality to set the Swallow Your Soul back to base speed. And then it looks like we used the Swallow Your Soul Enhance, and it has been revoked by the Scorpion player. Checks a 5 on the revoke. Not that it matters.
For my Enhance, I'm going to cut myself for 2 and give it -4 damage.
Sorry for the zoom out for anybody that is watching.
Okay.
I didn't mean to do that.
So -4.
So minimum of 1.
And then we did end up using a select. That's what it was. Sorry, the E on the Swallow Your Soul was allowed.
If it deals 3 more damage, which is not looking
the Servant of Ares was revoked to not flip, I believe, True Identity, so that he can survive an aggressive onslaught. It was revoked, so all face-up foundations for the Scorpion player. 3 face-ups for Cassandra. Servant of Ares has been flipped. We have -4 speed on the Swallow Your Soul as of right now. No, -4 damage. I'm sorry, probably from Last of His Kind. So is that minimum 1?
+2 damage.
Sure.
The refusing to let go has been used by the Cassandra player, putting the Swallow Your Soul up down to 5 damage.
-2 damage with a Worthy Vessel.
Worthy Vessel's now being used once per turn. Lose 1 to vitality for -2 damage. So we're now at printed stats on the Swallow Your Soul.
3 damage it'd be. I'm going to try to send it. It's a 5 low for 3.
I'll take 3.
3 damage has been taken by the Scorpion, putting him down to 20 vitality. 3 damage was dealt. Momentum from the top of the deck for the Cassandra player. I believe this was wanting to be the lead-in attack so that he can play the missile launcher that is in his hands, have that extra momentum to get a really solid hit. It looks like we're building. It was just a setup then. Get a momentum, get 2 momentum to be exact. play a Dark Side of Karma on a 4, checks a 5.
First, but whatever.
Messed up the turn. Should have played Sense of Morals at the beginning. So here we are on a 4, checks a 3. So we were punished for not playing it earlier, but it does ignore.
Then
Basically deciding on whether or not to play the Bakery Poster Girl in hand. It is his only low block, but he has a Shield Big Bang as a, I believe it's got a 2 mid block. All mid blocks right now in hand for the Cassandra player, which will be okay. Take a quick look at the discard pile for attacks that the Scorpion player is playing. We have Vicious Madness for mid blocks, Shadow Slicer, of course, Coffee Osama for a mid attack, and I'm pretty sure the Impalement attack. The Azure Nightmare has been reviewed by the Scorpion player, burning the Cassandra player for 1 vitality. 3 in hand for the Cassandra player. Once again, all mid blocks. And now we have the attacks from the Scorpion player. Once again, not drawing any gas except for a Coffee Samba. How many
cards do you have in hand?
3.
Which is good enough. Asking how many cards in hand, which would put him to 5 with the draw 2 from the Coffee Samba. Being able to stun 5, which is enough to commit the whole board, except the Cassandra player has a protecting the protector to deny the entire stun, or even let it go through and send some morals all the foundations back up as the turn goes on. Scorpion player decides to proceed to build. Last of the Shirai Ryu on a 2, checks a 5. Plays with Outward Arrows on a 3, checks a 3. The Death Lord's Impalement, that being. Hell's Reach on a 2 difficulty, checks a 3, Syndicate Slice, and passes. 3 in hand for the Scorpion player. A 2 high block, a 3 high block, and a 2 mid block. Not too much gas for the Cassandra play. A double Sense of Morals, though, for a pretty good build, as well as being an aggressive turn, as well as draws an Omega Sword and Owl Shield to get Cassandra's really offensive push starting to go. I think the nice line here would just be double drop the Sense of Morals and then play a missile launcher opening up. Make your opponent deal with it. But instead, we're going to open up with Pilgrimage of the Anthropos, 4 difficulty, 3 mid for 5. And he checks an asset on it, actually, being the Cormorant, and builds it in committed, as Cassandra does. Now, coolest thing about Cormorant is that since it's a static that says you can block with it as if it was in your hand, he can block with it even though it's committed, and I do love that kind of interaction.
And then, because this fellow is ready, you're at -1 damage.
Okay. Got it. Alright, so my first E will be...
That's not how that works.
Try to give it Cassandra.
Sure.
Another asset. So it will get...
My job is to intervene with game state, but I don't know if I really actually care.
My E?
Your E.
Y'all keep going, but prior to the Shirai Ryu, the -1 damage is only when it's committed.
Oh, okay, that's right. My bad.
How dare you?
Man, that's like the voice of God.
So,
okay, cut myself for 2 with Last of Its Kind, -4.
Last of Its Kind, doing -4 speed, putting it down to 2.
Voice of God, Barrett.
Oh, you gave it too much minus damage because of the Shirai Ryu. So
well, he minus it 2 speed on Face-O Monster, and then I did the Cassandra thing to...
Oh, okay, so you should just have 1 more damage then. So the speed is the same. Y'all are weird. You're using blue for speed.
I didn't know there were set colors.
Oh, no, there's not. It's just, it's intuitive. So I'm sorry. You have -2 speed. You gave it +2 speed.
Yeah.
But it comes in with 1 damage. So that's what that is.
Okay.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm bad.
Yeah.
But wait, how did you give it damage?
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Red's the bitey dice. These are the fighty ones.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. Then it's as is. It's face value. We're good.
It's as is. It's face,
okay, we're good.
Okay.
All right. Well, the goal is not to intervene in the game as much as I am, especially because we do have the hour on there for the actual match play. So I do apologize for that. So he makes him flip a foundation with pilgrimage. He decides to flip the Hell's Reach, as it is going to be flipped anyway if it was using its effect.
Passaroonies.
And he has much better foundations on the board, not wanting to get rid of
will
anything
pass as
else.
well. So it is a 3 mid for 5.
Sending a 3 mid for 5. He is going to block with the coffee samba. That's a very interesting choice. Instead of taking half. So this is going to be on a 5. Checks a 3.
4 and 5.
And then now he commits the last of the Shirai Ryu, meaning all the attacks for the rest of the turn for the Cassandra player are going to have -1 damage.
Okay.
Continue.
So the question here is, do we start playing Shield Big Bang, as I just saw Tyler
I guess we just flop these down here.
search
So
his
on a
discard
3.
pile for assets. There's one asset in there right now.
It was an orange one because he was looking at it.
Oh,
It was a 3.
okay. So yeah.
Nani?
And then we'll do another one. Discard the top card. Okay.
And he
alright,
checks
that-
an asset. He is
Then,
allowed to build that one in? No, he built the Cormorant. Wait, Cormorant on that? No. Yeah. Okay, okay. So he plays the other Sense of Moral. That one's on a 2. That one check or 3. It checks as well.
No, on a 6.
Playing the Missile
Crazy,
Launcher
get
on a
dangerous,
6
dark and death
difficulty.
dangerous over here.
Checks a 5.
Alright, so
Commits the face down
1,
foundation to make
any
it a
reactions
6.
On play.
Negative. So this one will go into effect, so -1 damage.
So yeah, I mean, -1 damage from the Shirai Ryu. Or I keep
Oh
calling it
my
Shirai
God.
Ryu. It's just a
What is Shirai?
Oh, it is Shirai Ryu.
No,
I always
did-
want to say
I did
SRK
one.
because
Okay.
the Takeda attack. So this is a low attack, and the
Alright,
Scorpion
so I'm gonna
player
do
most definitely does
It's
not have a low
OD,
block
so
in hand
discard
right
the
now,
top 4 of
and
your
no
deck.
ways
It
on
gets
board to
+1,
draw
+4,
cards.
+4.
So he's going to be taking a lot of damage here,
3, 4.
but it will be pretty determined on how
Now it will be a
aggressive
+3
Tyler is
damage,
looking to be.
+4 speed.
So he chose to give it speed here.
I'm gonna cut myself for 2 -4 damage with last of its cut.
That's 4 damage. Is at 9, so it's going to be going to 5.
There. I will try to give it Cassandra speed. So 3, so we're failing.
Checks
unless
a
I
Shield
tap
Big Bang, one of them in the
so-
discard pile. This is a really good setup,
Pretty
though, I
well
will
block
say, for the
committed,
Shield Big
so
Bang
I will
coming
give
in.
it
The Scorpion player really needs to
2
draw some
speed.
gas next turn,
Okay.
because if he doesn't, there won't be enough pressure to
I'm gonna
apply
cut
onto
myself
the
for
Cassandra player,
1
and that Shield
-2
Big Bang is going to be
damage
able to be
with the
played
missile.
at least
So we're
1, 2,
there now.
1,
So, like,
2,
3 damage.
3,
Rough.
4,
Um,
5 times if he builds the asset in hand. Now, I don't think he's going to want to go to 2 cards in hand.
I'm gonna go ahead. See, you did this thing and that thing. I'm gonna go ahead and commit, refusing to let go to put it back to printed.
Aggressive refusing to let go once again, putting it to 8 damage. I guess he's calculating lethal because it does have powerful 4 and he has 2 momentum. So he could choose to blow it all right here because it's also right now a 9 low. The fact that the Scorpion player has 2 high blocks right now is pretty good.
Oh, Passaroonies, I guess. Actually, wait. Am I just no? I have to cut myself for 1 more.
Oh yeah, cutting yourself.
Let's see.
He has to use
I'm gonna
we'd
go
have to
ahead and
use an Outworld
blow
Heiress to
up
bounce
one of my
any
Outworld
one diff.
Heiresses and add that guy.
Bouncing, refusing, let
to your
go.
hand.
Not a bad call, but
And then
he was already committed.
lose-
So I don't know if you needed to do that
What was the
necessarily.
difficulty of that?
3.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Now the Scorpion player is in Desperation. The Desperation enhance
gonna
on
go
face of a
ahead
monster, being able to
and
make it a
do
high
powerful
to be able to
4.
block it. Now, once again, it's going to be pretty hard, seeing as how the best high block in his hand is a 2 high, plus 1 progressive, making it a 3 high, and it's a 9 speed. So it's going to be for 12.
Me?
Yes, you're E.
Jeez.
Face of monster, change the zone to high.
Okay. I will do.
Going to be on a 12. Check a 5, 6, 7, 8,
Ooh,
9, 10,
ooh.
11.
I
He
think
has
I
to check a
want
6 as of right now.
to
So the reads here are, I'm pretty sure Scorpion E has not been
I'm going to go
used.
in Dark Side of Karma that.
Whoa! Dark Side of Karma's
Right?
the zone change. Making it, so that's a pretty good read because it's a pretty desperate move.
Now I'm in trouble.
So-
Okay,
Good call for the Cassandra player as
Now he
well.
does
He
my
burned his
names.
vitality. He burned his
Yeah,
vitality.
yeah,
The Scorpion player
yeah,
burned his
yeah.
vitality enough times to
So
cut him
there's
down to 11, meaning he only had to use
9
one momentum for the
low for
powerful
12.
4 to get the missile launcher up to lethal.
So 10, 11, 12.
It's a low though.
Yeah, a half block.
Wait, what?
Oh, it's a low. You're right. Yeah.
Sorry, they're checking
dead
out.
low.
They're checking
Yeah,
out
okay.
blocks. And I believe that's game 1
All
then.
right. Missile.
Alright, so they're going to shuffle back up, group them everything, reshuffling.
So
So,
what
it's
I
going to
should
be,
have done is got rid of your
so
refusal
it's
to
going to
let
be
go
game
first
1
before-
up for the Cassandra player. Moving on to game 2. So this is kind of one of those moments. It takes them a while. They're brand new to Tabletop Simulator as well, so they're getting used to all the key bindings, getting everything together. Like, I tried to show them earlier that they don't have to flip all their cards over to group things. Really, they can just select everything.
Oh, no. Dang it.
And like right here,
Oops.
Tyler forgot to shuffle in his whole
Don't forget
hand.
this.
Oh, yep.
I did the same thing on my side.
Scorpion player is going to be on the play, going
Shuffle,
first
shuffle,
this
shuffle.
time.
Alright.
I know I have. Okay.
Yeah, I will say it was pretty rough. I'm pretty sure
Missing cards or?
Scorpion
Yeah,
got to
that's
go
what it was,
first
Zach.
in the first game, but drawing
Should be
dead
72
attacks for
cards.
2 rounds was
So-
pretty rough.
Let's delete that.
Opening hand for the Cassandra player. Only 1 attack, 1 non-prog, and 2 assets. 3 diff, 2
I will
diff.
keep
It's not
Let's
a bad hand. I don't even know what this card does. So Solemn Exorcism. That's right. And it's a 1 diff. That's a pretty solid build, so I'd probably keep that.
On a 2.
Scorpion player keeping this hand with 4 foundations, attempting to build out. Playing on 2s, which means at any point we check a 1 here. It's pretty bad.
On a 4.
Ranging a deal is going to be on a 4. Yeah, that one fails.
Fails. Go ahead.
So we got a Outward Eris,
I'm going to
Worthy Vessel, and Soul of the Sword for the Scorpion
review.
player. Cassandra player
Please.
reviewing an asset, going to be the Kulutus, whatever. Draws another
On
Solemn
a
Exorcism.
2.
So we got the Center Morals on a 2. It's a non-progressive, so now he gets to drop any 3 diff he'd like, being the Refusing to Let Go. Again, opening with a Refusing to Let Go against the Scorpion player is a really strong card. As soon as he cuts himself down aggressively to Desperation, it starts giving things +6. It's also the auto survive against Impalement, which is going to get really big values. Played an Ominous
3.
Prophecy on a 3, checks fine, and Solemn Exorcism on a 3, and it checks as well. So here's the risk. Do we play the other Solemn Exorcism on a 4, go to 2 in hand, one being a mid-breaker, the Cormorant with the mid-breaker 2, and Swallow Your Soul with a pretty unplayable block. So we are going for it on a 4. It checks a 5, so we got a solid 5 build going second against
Do you have 2 cards in hand? Is that correct?
2 cards in hand.
Okay.
Blow me up.
So he's challenging the Scorpion player now to kill him, and he does have 2 attacks in hand. Now the question is, can the Scorpion player cut himself and draws 4 non-orange cards? So all he has are the Syndicate Slice and the
Alright, we'll go
throw for
Madness
MS. Right. It's
on
gonna be Vicious
a
Madness on a 5.
Yep.
Checks a 6.
Checks.
Good
Any
check.
responses to play.
No response to play.
So as is, this is already just
First
gonna be a
E,
6
I'm
mid
gonna
for
cut myself
6
to
mid
2,
for
can't be
8.
partially blocked.
No partial blocks. I will try to Cassandra speed my attack. No go.
Attempting to check assets on his own turn.
Your E.
I'm gonna mill the top 3 of my deck. This one will get +1 damage.
Okay.
Trying to make those scary as possible.
Yes. 3.
I think the
Uh-oh.
thing is, though, I think
Uh-oh.
the Cassandra player blocks with the Cormorant in hand almost no matter what, even if
No
even
enhance.
after giving it all this damage, and even
I'm gonna
after,
cut
like,
myself
if
for
he
1 for
Scorpion
+2 more
enhances for
damages.
burning 2 if you block it. I think the Breaker 2 is enough to deter. I think in the mind for Tyler right here, the Breaker 2 immediately, as your opponent attempts to go on you,
I'm gonna go ahead
turn
and
2.
return the printed -2 damage.
That's
Okay.
probably not a bad play either. So it's going to go to 6 damage base. There's probably no reason to block it at that point.
And cut myself for 1 +2 speed.
Okay. Pass enhance.
I will pass as well, so it is a 6 mid for 6.
6 mid 6. Probably no reason to block this, like I
6
said.
mid for 6 throw. All right.
Wow,
Block
still
it
want
on
to
a
block it.
7.
Really cared about his vitality there. For the refusing to let go committal.
2,
6, 7, checks a 5, commits 2, the sense of morals and the
so
ominous
full
for the
block,
7.
Breaker 2.
So in
it's
full
a throw,
block.
so I'm still taking 3.
So half block, or sorry, he mid blocks it, but it's a throw, so he's taking 3 damage. Breaker 2 is now live. So now the options are, do we,
This fellow on
we're
a
going to
3
play the 0 diff on a 3, checks it,
checks,
but it pretty much
and
ends the
we'll
aggressive
go
turn for the Scorpion player.
on a 3.
New Empress of the Netherrealm on a 3,
Go ahead.
checks a 6, and proceeds to pass. Going to keep the United Rebels in hand for the mid block. Once again, Syndicate Slice with a mid block as well, and a revoke for anything that might be really scary. Cassandra player rips into quite a bit of orange, to be honest. The question is it enough orange, and can it apply enough pressure right now? Angel Discus in hand, Shield Big Bang in hand, Swallow Your Soul, as well as From
Swallow Your
Science
Soul on a
with
4.
Love. So the question is Shield Big Bang worth playing this turn? Probably not, because we have to
No,
play a
sir.
bunch of other attacks to even set
Okay,
it up.
First E will be to try to give it Cassandra.
But From Science with
Sure.
Love,
My little tabby not working, huh?
actually what's the number of
looks
assets in your
like-
staging area? So probably not playing that
No
either.
speed
So
boost.
Okay.
if he checks,
Cut myself for 1 -2
I
speed.
apologize for yawning, y'all.
-2 speed.
Yeah, I guess I'm more tired than I thought. But I guess the goal is if he checks an asset at any point in this turn, we slam the Angel Discus because
This
it's
attack
free.
does 3 more damage. Add the top card of your deck to your momentum.
Also
Sure.
getting the momentum
I'm
set up for the Shield
mill
Big
the
Bang on
top
the next
3
turn,
with
or even From Science with Love.
1, 2, 3.
Okay,
So he's milling just for the sake of milling, trying to get those Shadow Slices. Shadow Slicers
pass.
in discard pile.
This is a 5 low for 3.
We'll take 3.
Okay.
3 has been taken by the Scorpion player, getting the free momentum for the Cassandra player. And I bet Tyler's pretty happy with that. And he'll probably just build the 3 foundations in his hand and keep 3.
Jack. Let's bring it up. Let's start building here. Alright. On a 3.
Only protecting the protector comes down no matter what.
On a
Just to stop a Coffee Sama stun.
Checks. On a
Dreaming Becoming Whole would probably be the only one I'd consider holding.
So I
Specifically
will
for the fact that
build
it's an
fast.
extra mid block
Okay.
so that we don't have to block with the
I'll
Shield Big Bang in
review
our
this
hand.
guy.
Reviewing the Uniting Rebels for the Scorpion player. He's going to draw 4 and only draws 1 other orange card. It being Impalement, though, which is really, really strong. He currently has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you include the Scorpion, 6, 7, 8 vitality loss on the actual
Syndicate
Impalement. On the
Slice
card
on
itself,
a
he'll have 10,
4.
and he can choose to Outworld's Eris to essentially get 3
checks
more.
any
So it's
responses to it.
13-13 on the
play.
shadows.
Alright, first E,
Or
next
the
check
shadow,
play an
the
attack
Death
is a
Lord's
+1.
Impalement, that is.
Okay.
That's
Try to give it
that is
Cassandra
that's
speed.
enough to kill a Cassandra. He's at
And I
19
will
right
go
now.
next.
He
Okay.
cut himself to desperation, giving
Sure.
an extra 6. So I think he has to go for it here. Also, Teddy Bomber in hand. Although protecting the protector
I'm
might
gonna
stop
cut
that.
myself for 2. If it's blocked, you're gonna burn for 2.
Okay.
I want to be a little careful here, Chris. I don't want you cutting too much vitality. You want to be able to maximize the impalement as much as you can, so you have to save yourself 13 vitality no matter what.
I'm gonna blow this guy up. Add that back to your hand.
Proceeds to
Okay.
use Outworld Arrows
Pass and
immediately.
hits.
I'm pretty
Oh, it
sure
moves
Outward
there, yeah.
Arrows removes.
Oh, remove from game. Yeah. Sorry, Barrett.
They're apologizing.
I'm going to mill the
Removes.
top 3 plus 1.
Add an
damage.
asset.
Yep.
Okay. I didn't know. Protecting doesn't work there. I thought it
Pass
would.
and hits.
If it's blocked, I'm going to draw a card.
Okay. Pass and hits.
And let's see.
I think he really wants to cut himself to desperation on this
If
attack.
I
But if
burn
he
myself a Scorpion yet? Burn for 2.
For the block. No, you did the. If I block it 1.
Okay, so I'm going to
Yeah.
cut myself for 2. If it's blocked, you're going to burn for 2.
no, you did that one.
Yep.
What?
Right. Pass and hits.
I'm confused.
Plus 6
He
damage with
we doubled up from the
Scorpions.
enhance. So we cut as
Desperation.
much. So we cut
you
more
must,
than he
yeah.
was supposed to. Again, probably still could have paid costs on Teddy Bomber here to do it.
I will pass and
Again,
hits.
not leaving yourself enough room for this
I will
extra
cut
speed.
myself for 1 for plus 2 more damage.
I really think that'll
Yeah,
matter.
Okay. Pass and hits.
I think the goal here is that he's just gonna block with the Omega
Did I get
Sword
speed yet?
and Elk Shield that the Cassandra player checked.
Let's see, speed.
That's where I use the blue dice.
Yep. All right. 2 more speeds just for good measure.
Okay. Pass and hits.
All right, we'll ship it. It is a 5 high for 13.
5 high for 13.
Maybe the Discus
Ooh,
comes
buddy.
here. I'd probably block with the Discus, to be honest. Keep the
I
Omega
didn't wanna do
Shield
this
because
so
it's a better
fast, but I
mod.
guess we'll just go ahead and use this thing right here. Why is that there? What the heck? Oh, I grabbed the whole discard. I see. Okay, grab the whole discard. Yeah, put it over there. Send it to there. Alright, so I'm going to block with this thing right here. So
Sure.
it'll be on a 6.
Got a 1 block, so on a 5/6. Checks a 5.
So one more.
Commit Dreaming, probably, or Sense of Morals, because they're playable committed.
So full block, it does. Well, partial block, but it does 1 damage because of the shield.
Yeah. I got
And then he
you.
burns 2.
All right, am I continuing?
You're continuing. Hopefully not.
Okay, so this is on a. Oh, he blocked it. Yep. You're gonna burn for 2.
Oh, yeah. And you drew a card?
I do get a draw card. Nice. You didn't see that card yet. Ah.
So many missed timings. It's okay though. They're prepping. They're prepping for the competitive season coming up. So they've been playing a lot more games against each other. Another Syndicate Slice. That's a very good draw. Yeah, I'd probably play that instead.
Syndicate Slice.
Because it's got Desperation, what, 2? Yeah, so this is on a 3, but its check is +1.
Alright, so this would be on a 3, but then because of a previous Syndicate Slice, it's on a 2.
Mm-hmm.
Checks.
Checks a 5.
Any responses to play?
So there's
No
going to be
response on
another kind of attack
Alright,
that
first
he
E, if
has
it's
to
blocked,
deal with.
I'm drawing a card.
Okay. Pass. Well, I'll do the Cassandra thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Ooh, well, I guess I already hit an asset this turn, so I probably shouldn't do that. Whatever.
Okay, no worries. Next
Not a
check,
bad
if I
call.
can attack,
Beats
it's a
assets and
+1.
discard pile for Shield Big
Okay.
Bang the next turn because of your
Pass and
momentum.
hits.
Not an awful
Give
idea.
it 6 damage with Scorpion.
I think you did just waste that 6 check though.
Pass and hits.
Or it's a 5. Never mind.
I'm gonna go ahead and.
Don't you dare use New Empress here.
Let's burn the top 3 of my deck for 1 damage.
I'm pretty sure the Scorpion player has this no
Pass
matter
and
what.
hits.
Refusing to let go has been bounced.
And cut myself for 1 for.
The
2
impalement.
Pass and hits.
The impalement's gonna be too quick.
We'll ship it. It is a 5 high for 11.
5 high for 11.
So this is one of those situations where
Ooh, man.
he really wants to block this, but if he blocks this, it's over.
This would be on a 9.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So here we go.
3,
Oop.
4, 5,
So
6, 7,
4,
8,
5, 6,
9. He
7,
can
8,
tap
9.
out
He
to
can
block
tap out,
him.
So sure.
And he proceeds to tap out. And as I
Blocked,
said,
and then
this
does
was
not
the
do
bait.
damage because it's
Sure.
viscous.
Takes
Seems
nothing.
legit.
The impalement's coming out
Okay.
on a 5, but
I'm
it's
drawing.
draw your card because it was blocked.
1.
No gas, but we
And I
can
can
still
do
have the
burn
impalement here.
1, so, continuing.
And he can still lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So this would normally be on.
I mean, he can lose 9.
5,
Just go to 1.
But it's a 4 because of the.
Yeah, because the +1.
Just don't
Yep.
use the Scorpion, the burn 2 enhance.
Checks. Any responses to play?
Ooh,
response
committing.
on
Why
play.
would you commit the Empress to
Give it
another
6
realm?
damage.
Okay.
Scorpion.
That's the 3 that's the burn 3 for the extra 3 speed.
Pass enhance.
I guess it's pretty in the bag though. Like I think it's pretty impossible
I'm going to cut myself for 2. If it's blocked, you're going to burn for 2.
Okay.
Interesting.
Pass.
Cut myself for 1.
I guess you
plus 2
committed the
speed.
-3, so you're allowed to use every other burn option that you have.
I'm going to attempt to teddy bear bomber this.
Oh lord.
Okay.
Pay cost. Lose
So,
3.
it's on a 6.
Yeah.
Nice.
Takes a 5.
So I'm going
6.
to lose 3.
Okay.
I guess it gives 5. It gives 3 damage. I guess.
1, 2, 3, and then let's blow up.
Protecting.
I guess dreaming of becoming whole.
All right. Yeah, I guess
looks
the
like.
card that readies.
And then I'm gonna give this guy +3.
Be right back. Hold on.
Uh oh. He's BR backing in the middle of a game. Yeah, I mean this one's pretty dead and gone.
So for people listening, Tyler has forgotten to take out the trash, so that's what he's doing.
So here we are. We have a stall. A stall in the game. Is there a way to pause this? Can I pause this? No, I guess not. That's okay. Well, it's okay. Well, we will just wait around for him to come back. Kind of discuss the game state. So, yes, I believe the Scorpion player has this pretty much in the bag. Teddy Bomber resolves. Blowing up, dreaming of becoming whole. The best block he has to deal with this is a 0 low block. It's at least on a 2 because it's progressive. This thing is going to be real fast. Because he's still allowed to lose the extra 2. It's getting at least 8. Losing the extra 2, 10. Like, it's on a, like a 12, 13 something. So, yeah. This game's over.
All right, we back.
All right, is my E?
My E will be pass enhance.
Okay, I'm gonna cut myself for 2. 8, so I'm gonna gain 8 damage.
Oh man, wish I had that refusing to let go.
Yeah, you do.
6, and then this is 8, 2 more, so 5.
Yeah. So yeah, this is my first attempt
yours.
on kind of getting back into commentating.
hands.
I used to
I'm gonna
commentate
gain 8
for Shadowverse for a little bit. I do still play that game, but I used to do a little bit of commentating for the small events.
Pass
I used to
enhance.
commentate for League of
Yeah,
Legends.
desperation, yeah.
And I did a little bit of commentating
and I
for
think
my
that's
local card shop back
everything.
in Omaha when
Yeah.
we would play Vice Schwartz. Just 'cause
So-
I wouldn't play in the
Dead.
tournaments as
'Cause,
much,
like,
but I would go for the support.
Nice.
So I'm
So
trying to get
should've
back
done
into
this
it,
for sure,
as
like,
well
should've,
as this
like,
being my
removed
preparation
desperation.
for
Yeah, I was waiting
Worlds.
Yeah,
I
didn't
am
know
not
that was
going
coming so
myself,
fast.
but I'm going
Add
to
one more
be
time.
shoutcasting as Danny has announced on the Legendary Wolf sponsorship video. We are partnering. We, as in us at Universus Studios, are partnering with Legendary Wolf Games and the Livewire to use. They're going to be using their mobile streaming rig, and we are going to be. I'm going to be commentating over it because I have asked for the weekend off, and I will be shoutcasting over the game essentially. Now, again, this is my first attempt to like figure out.
Oh yeah, there we go. Thank you, Barrett.
To figure out what kind of format I want to do it. Do I want people talking in the background? Essentially, do I want the stream audio to be working?
I'm gonna go first.
Cassandra player gets to go first here in game 3. It's a really good start for the Cassandra player being a 7-hander and rips into all gray.
We'll keep this.
Yeah, of course you're gonna keep that. 2 cents of worlds for a non-prog, a 3 diff to follow it up, a 2 diff and a 0 diff. To build at least 5.
We'll take a little extra health.
And then we can even risk it on a 2 diff. Send the morals on a 2, checks. Sends the morals on a 2, checks. And we go refusing to let go probably for the curve.
We'll do that, boy. On a 3.
We do play 2s in this deck, but again, this is game 3. Definitely want to take the risk. There's no reason why not to.
This could be dangerous.
It's starting to go dangerous. Once the non-block. I do love this card, however. The key to humanity's freedom, especially in a deck like this with a lot of assets. Checks the 3 on the 0. That's probably the best risk he could have taken. And then here's the aggression. Do we attempt the 2 diff on a 5?
Go in. We'll do it on a 5.
Probably not the choice one to build.
Nope.
Snake become dragons on a 5. It fails. Checks an angel discus. But as I said, guarantee build 5 essentially. Only if you checked a missile launcher during that turn. Over to the Scorpion player. Reviews an Azure Nightmare to burn the Cassandra player for 1. Draws another card. It is a True Identity, which is a pretty good card to build in the opening turn. Going for it on a 2. Checks a 1. It's going to be okay. You can just commit Scorpion. Checks. Got another for Confronting Jedi on a 3 here. This is a risk. It goes. It's for good. And he's got 2 0 diffs. Uniting Remels on a 2. And debt to be paid on a 3. Again, don't check a 1. Perfect. 1 Coffee Samba in hand, though, so I guess you can factor that math in. Vicious Nightmare being the other. So we have a 2 mid block and a 3 low block for the Scorpion player going in. Lots of orange here for the other player. 2 Shield Big Bangs for the Cassandra player, as well as a key to humanities. No, it's with science. From science with love. Never mind. They look like the same. Hey, plays the Sense of Morals at the beginning of the turn, which he hasn't been doing for much of the match, and checks the 2 on it, so it's a good call. Definitely wants to still swing a poke attack. Best part here is that all the attacks in the Cassandra player's hand are high attacks. And there's no high block in the Scorpion player. So, depending on the line here for the Cassandra player, we will be cashing in momentum no matter what. Shield Bang coming in on a 5, and it checks.
Any response on play?
He does have double Sense of Morals for the attempt here
to do Cassandra's thing.
To check.
And it looks like it will. Let's go ahead and.
He's going to pass the Cassandra E by committing the Sense of Morals. Probably a pretty good call. I don't see a big punish here, really, for going super in. He really needs to... The Cassandra player really needs to force out these attacks and hands for blocks for the Scorpion player. But it might be a little hard if these attacks don't get big in damage. 6/6 going in.
Okay.
Interesting on no Sense of Morals checks for the Cassandra player.
I can't mark that. Alright, then.
But will he play another attack?
Going to.
I think the Pursuing of Vendettas are actually really good in this specific matchup. Only for the fact that he lost last game specifically because of Outworld Errors, bouncing the refusing to let go back to hand. Checks a Cormorant on the second Pursuing a Vendetta for the turn, gets the asset that he wants for the turn, and it's a good defensive one at that. Allows him to play the extra foundation in hand, dreaming of becoming whole, and checks another asset that he can't build. Takes the momentum, Builds 4, 5 if you count the asset.
These guys over here. Oh my gosh.
Now going to, I believe, 9 foundations.
Don't you do it.
Triple that's a good point. Triple sense of morals on board means Coffee Samba isn't as big of a threat as you might think. It also gives the Cassandra player a lot of checks for the turn to attempt to build an asset.
Alright, first form, I'm going to commit True Identity, so all checks to play attacks are at +1.
Okay.
True Identity is now live. We are going in, it looks like. We do have double Astaroth Throw.
So,
Coffee Samba being the opener on a 5, as well as the impalement. So if he gets himself low enough, this could be the turn. It just might depend on the defense here for the Cassandra player. Refusing to let go is here. We have an out.
E, we're going to draw 2.
But it's interesting because the impalement could be a double whammy.
I'm gonna draw 2/2, right? I get to get on the fun, right? Okay.
Yep.
On the draw 2 for the Scorpion player, a new Empress, as well as a 3rd Astaroth throw.
Alright, my E.
Meanwhile, the Cassandra player withdraws a non-block, being the 4th Sense of Morals in the deck, and a Protecting the Protector for a low block. Sadly, as we're kind of seeing from the Scorpion deck, there are no low attacks in it.
I will try to give it Cassandra speed bonus.
Cassandra check. Checks a Solemn Exorcism.
Passes, but no, who cares?
Okay, I'm going to cut myself for 2. If it's blocked, you're going to burn for 2.
So block, burn for 2, okay.
I think there's a really solid defense here. So, like, here's the other thing. The Scorpion player, as part of the extra burning in the deck, is playing Teddy Bomber, which is not a bad card, especially in a deck that uses Impalement. But now with double Pursuing Vendetta built on the Cassandra side, anytime he wants to blow up that Refusing to Let Go, he's allowed to build in any foundation in his discard pile. And if there's something like a bakery poster girl, which there is an out for this. There is an out for Refusing to Let Go to not be the only way of surviving. The stun 4 comes in.
I will try to do
stuns 2 Sense of Morals and the 2 Dreaming of Becoming Whole.
Sense of Morals.
Sure.
Sense of Morals, second bakery poster girl, so that we can use 2.
Your E.
Whenever that Teddy Bomber might come in.
I think I will pass these. We'll ship it.
Well, hold on. I got more E's.
He's gonna Sense of Morals it up.
Yeah.
Angel Discus, that's a fail.
It doesn't pass. Your E.
Just let it go, yeah.
Alright, Sense of Morals number 3.
Sense of Morals again. Checks a 5. Ready's another one.
Alright, now. Well.
I don't think you're blocking this one, Cassandra.
I'm gonna do it. I'll refuse to let go of that thing.
Sure.
Wow. Whoa.
Okay, so it is a 6 mid for 3.
6 mid for 3. I will take 3.
I don't know about that play, boy. Using that Refusing to Let Go is super early.
No.
You have to know that the onslaught is coming.
Do like that Zasamel one.
Okay. Vicious Madness on a 5.
Astaroth throw on a 5. Is he a desperation? Not a 6.
Checks.
Yeah, he checks a 6 anyway, so the math doesn't matter. Yeah. Oh, sorry. True Identity is live. I don't know why I'm considering that.
This is going to.
I didn't think about that.
Can't be partially blocked.
He affects difficulty in checks, whereas I try and be consistent.
True
Identity affects checks. It was still on a 6, but he checked a 7, so it didn't matter. Finally checks an asset using Sense of Morals. Or that was Cassandra E. So Maze Castle now comes in. Playable while committed. Change the zone of this attack to any other zone.
Sense of Morals.
That's going to be really strong here. Sense of Morals checks, so we can ready one of his Dreamings. Being able to change the zone is going to be really key for him to use all these blocks that he has in hand.
Cut myself for 2 if it's blocked.
I don't know why I thought it. Shield Bang looks like Discus to me from far away, especially on Tabletop Simulator.
Okay.
Scorpion player is now a desperate. Ooh, that Swordfish 2 would have been really spicy to check if he. But it does come in committed, so it's not a big deal.
I'll give it +6 damage with Scorpion.
Big boy throw coming in.
Ooh, mama.
Interesting thing though is that we do have key to humanity's freedom, so he can at any point now pop it to build in Swordfish 2 and eliminate any threat. I actually think for that reason, as long as Tyler sees that line,
Oh, man.
whenever the Teddy
We're gonna
Bomber
do
is
it.
attempted
Maze
to be
Castle time.
played.
I'm gonna discard momentum to change it to a low.
Okay.
Interesting. Oh, because he can't partial block it.
And
That's right. That's
pass.
right. He does want to block it here. Probably with
Yeah.
protecting. Wants to keep the attack in
Plus two
hand.
on that, so, yes. Yes. We will pass it hands as well.
So it is a 6 low for 14.
6 low for 14. Probably should just use Cormorant, but whatever. I will block it on an 8.
On an 8 with the protecting detector. Because he changed it to a low. Checks a 5.
Okay, so 1,
6,
2,
7. Nope.
3.
Ah, no. He committed one of his pursuing vendettas.
There we go.
That's pretty rough.
So blocked.
Definitely could have
I
just
will
committed the
take
sense of morals, but he has them kind of
7.
buried on his board, so. Man, having that
Well, it
second,
is.
having that pursuing vendetta committed now might be a little rough.
Continue.
I'm gonna keep going. Yeah, here it is. Here's the impalement.
This would be normally on a 5, but it's going to be on a 4 because of.
It is on a
lack of
5,
true
so he's gonna
identity.
get checked.
Okay.
Checks a 1.
No.
No.
Or checks a 2. Sorry.
So we go 2.
So he has to commit 2 for it. Or wait. It's not a 5. Check the 2. Commit 3 for it. So he has to commit out his old board except for
Any
Scorpion.
responses to
Which
play.
means he's only losing 5
No
on
response
this.
to play.
Which means there is
Alright,
some
6
actual
damage
block
is
potential
Scorpion.
for this, especially with the
You see,
Cormorant.
this is where I should have saved this for this thing. Like,
Absolutely, Tyler. You
like,
should have
just
saved the
like,
refusing
it's
to
so
let
early.
go.
Alright, keep going.
How
We
could you?
learn.
How could
We
you
learn.
use it on the first
Alright,
attack in a
I'm
Scorpion
gonna
deck?
cut myself for 2. Oh, you need to burn for 2, by the way.
Oh, because I blocked.
Yeah. If it's blocked, you're going to.
So this could make or break it right here.
Again. Yours.
Sure, I'll go
So
ahead and
he
try
can
to
lose
get it.
11 total on the attack,
Oh.
putting himself to 2 if he sees that he can use Teddy, because he can use Teddy Bomber, let it fail.
Oh, mama. Okay.
Just
here
for
comes
paying
the big
cost.
brain plays. You ready for
Oh,
this?
is he gonna do it?
Sure.
I'm
Is he gonna do it?
Move Key to Humanity's Freedom.
Build in the.
It's-
That's a
That's
good
what
call,
I
man.
normally play.
I'm glad he saw it.
Okay, so I'm
He's gonna build in a
add
Swordfish 2 here. Doesn't matter what the Scorpion
Swordfish 2.
enhances,
Sure.
because Teddy Bomber doesn't work because it has a control check 4, and it's getting Swordfished away. I would let him cut himself though. There's no reason not to.
So you're enhanced.
I'll cut myself for 2 and give it. No, I won't do that.
At that point, you
I
just don't. You just
will-
pass.
Let's see. You have 6. You have 9. I will ship it unless you're gonna abort it with Swordfish.
I'm gonna
No,
use
just block
this
it. Just block it. No.
So that goes to my moment, right?
guy. Yeah, it goes your momentum. Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Flippy.
Oh, this isn't good. Because now we can play the throw, right? It's on a 7, but he gets plus 1 his check. It's not enough to kill him,
Okay,
though.
so
It's not
push
enough to
that
kill him.
is
No. The
on
overcommittal.
a- Normally this would be on a 6, so it's gonna be on a 5.
Oh, is it desperation? I forgot. 4, 5, 6.
No!
Checks a 4.
Pass
It
for
fails.
turnsies.
Ooh, mama.
So it gets discarded. Throw deals
Play.
damage no matter what, and the coffee's not gonna hit for 3. So Scorpion player now has
Use
2
some
momentum.
balls.
3 momentum. I'm sorry. No. The coffee's dealt or whatever. It doesn't matter. I can't even favor that.
Oh my god.
Maze Castle is here for the extra zone blockage, but
Mm.
he's Scorpion player being tapped out. 4 cards in hand, one of which doesn't have a block. He does cover all the zones though, but they're all +3 blocks. Draw for the Cassandra player. He's got a Pilgrimage of the Anthrops, an Angel Discus, Swallow Your Soul, Shield Big Bang, and From Science with Love. 5 orange cards right here. I don't see any way out for the Scorpion player at this point.
Okay.
I think you do the Shield Big Bang no matter what.
How many cards you got in hand there, friendo?
4.
4. That's a lot of cards in hand.
But I'm committed out.
Yeah, you're committed out.
You are committed out.
I mean,
Slam it.
So like, all right, we're gonna do this.
Well,
first.
at least
We're
they're
gonna play
being
safe.
they're
All right.
being nice, and they're
Science
using their
with
full hour
loves.
that competitive UFS or Universus
Oh,
does
see.
provide
All right,
them.
So we'll do these boys.
Now it's not good for anybody watching
play
or
that thing
listening to this
response on
video
play.
because it means the
Nope.
longer it
Okay.
is.
I will try to give it Cassandra speed.
Gonna need my library.
For it.
So it gets
Whoops.
no speed.
1 sec. So it looks like From
Cut
Science with
myself
Love
a
coming
one,
out.
minus 2
It's a
speed.
pretty good one. Multiple's gonna be
2
really
speed.
strong here.
I will use the E at the top X cards of your deck where it's number of assets. So I'll add the 2 top to attempt to do it.
Sure.
Okay.
Gets multiple X. X being the face down foundations, which is none.
All right. Your enhance.
But all the momentum. The momentum is a really nice setup for the Shield Big Bang. So that is
Use it
really
face
nice.
Down, so no multiple for me, sadly.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because you got no face down, guys.
Okay. I will pass.
I will pay. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I am. Yeah, we're passing as well. So it is a too high for 5.
2 high 5s is probably the only thing he's gonna be able to block.
5?
So it's on a 5. Checks a 5.
Checks,
Full
full
blocked. But that is the
Okay.
only thing he's blocking.
All right, keep on rocking and rolling then. So, time for that shield big bang.
All right, here come the big bangs. He's got 3
On a
momentum and 2
6.
assets. Maximum capacity to play this thing with the Cassandra
Oh, no,
check
there's no
coming in
shield
as
big bang.
well. I mean, not if we
1,
check bad.
2,
So he's already
and
checked a 3. And the RS
So
will check
response
the
on
3
play.
when playing the From Science
Nope.
with Love. Good call though. It's on the Dreaming of
try to
Becoming
give it
Whole. He will be
Cassandra
able to ready
speed.
those. Checks the Cassandra speed,
Cassandra
making an
speed.
8 high right now. I think regardless, you start building in assets, right? I mean, it's Shield Big Bang. Like it's discard a momentum for a free asset. He gets Kulutes. Nope, he gets Omega Sword.
Teddy Bear Bomber on a 4.
Teddy Bomber
I'll
checks,
lose
but he's gonna
3.
lose 3 for this. He gets the minus 3
This,
damage,
and
which
let's
is
get
still
rid
good for like
of this
what it
12.
does. And he's gonna
Okay, so it
bounce
goes
the
back to
sense.
destroys it.
It
Or, go
destroys
to your
sense.
hand.
No, no,
Or
no,
goes
no,
my
no,
hand.
it
No,
goes,
no.
no, it goes to the.
You're thinking, yeah, this one destroys.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So it pops it, getting rid of ready foundations. He is gonna discard a momentum here, though.
The attacks. E, discard a momentum, add 1 asset from your discard pile to your staging area. So I'm gonna discard
That's the attack, yes.
this man, I guess. This one, swordfish.
Oh, that's the
Oh,
swordfish. That's
dumb. I
right.
could have removed an asset.
Yeah.
Just move 1 card. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. So if I remove this, can I just add the swordfish back in?
Yes.
Voice of
It
God,
doesn't
Barrett.
matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yes, you pay cost first.
Okay. Well, I think I'm still gonna grab.
I think you absolutely still grab the Omega here
Oh,
because it
good
gives
enough,
extra
good enough.
damage. I did
Alright, your
remute, so
E?
they can't hear me. So
Pass.
Alright, I'm gonna do the owl shield thing.
do it. 2
It's
damage.
plus 2 damage.
That helps. It means less of these you gotta play. That's already lethal because he cut himself with the Teddy Bomber.
Oh, I didn't do this thing. Once per turn, discard email momentum. Yeah. These things.
Just timed it, but could always just use it.
Gross.
And it passes.
Pass.
Technically has less than this.
I will pass as well. It is an 8 high for 8.
Dead zone.
Why did Voice of God do that?
Oh, I need what do we miss? Oh yeah, minus 3 damage.
Oh, it's minus 3 damage. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Just for
not-
the sake of the game, he's gonna be able to play it again.
Oh,
So
I think I am anyway.
going for the
so
block.
It's on a what?
It's 8 speed, so it's on a 12.
Well,
12. Yeah, I can't hit it. So, nope.
takes the 5.
So take
The
the
life
5.
form. Form in the card pool. Blow up an asset.
Attempt to do that funky stuff again. Let's see. I could check a missile launcher. We could do that. So try to play it again. F. Gotta remove an asset. Remove cast. Why not?
Good call. So he can't change the zone.
Eat.
It's been yeeted out
Okay.
on a 6. Checks a 5.
Ooh, lame. I can't even do my Cassandra thing because I have one out. No.
But you still
Alright,
can.
I will
replace it.
do. Why not you?
Sounds good. Checks.
Sure.
And that seems like it's going to be the
Scoop,
game.
'cause
Yeah.
out of low block.
Yep. All right. Well, there you go.
Good.
There's the low block. You got rid of the ace castle.
Scorpionis.
It was a little slow,
So
but again,
bad.
newer players, not a
Yeah.
big deal. Not newer, I
Alpha Samba.
suppose, but they are trying to be more competitive, so they are going to be a little more worrisome and check on all their moves. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. This is my first attempt, like I said, on commentating for the YouTube
Yeah,
channel.
the timer says so. Oh, boops.
But it looks like Cassandra won this one against the Scorpion match. Again, I think game 1 probably would have been a little closer
Everyone
for
buy
the
your
Scorpion deck.
singles at legendarywolfgames.com
.com.
or the terrorists win.
Absolutely, you can check out legendarywolfgames.com for singles. Chris Douglas plays there quite a bit. I'm from Omaha. They are my sponsors as well this year. Again, Tyler Watts always buys from Legendary Wolf as well. Y'all, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you kind of like this stuff, just let me know in the comments below. I would love to keep doing it. I love commentating in general. It's fun, and I like giving a little more insight on the spectator's point of view. And it's
That
just
was
some extra
fun.
content and some
Yeah.
different stuff. Not going to make this video any longer than it needs to be. Thanks so much, and we will see you later.